Hello, welcome back to my Dark Souls 2 playthrough. My name is Paul, and we're doing a Dark Souls 2 playthrough with the theme of having fun with a dex build. So, thus far we made it to Cardinal Tower. I am sporting the short sword here, and we've just got our adventure started, and so we're gonna finish exploring the Forest of the Fallen Giants here, so we'll head down this ladder. Halberd has quite a reach. So down over here is this little chamber there, and below it there are these fire salamanders. We'll take them out a little bit later in the game. This door is locked right here, right now. Get the key for it after we defeat the first boss, the last giant. Alright, we'll head through this fog gate. Well, you know what? I did not rest. It looks like my Estus flasks are empty, so let's head back up and rest at the bonfire real quick. Sorry about that, guys. The main thing really is the weapon can get broken. So over this way is where the first boss is. That gate is locked right now. Yep. Wake up. He's awake. Okay, careful coming in here. This guy's gonna come after you. This guy's coming up. Kind of just want to draw him over here to safety. There's some archers that are gonna shots at you. Draw him over here. Okay, I think that archer's shooting at us already. No? He will be. Alright, we'll just head after him. Another archer shooting at us. Okay. See if we can use knives on this guy. Oop. Gotta walk onto him first. another guy, I believe, over here, yep. Can't actually headshot in this game. It does like a little more damage, not a tremendous amount more. I don't know where. There's another guy down here. Here he is. Oh, there's an item over here, I believe. Don't forget that. We like to get all the items. Alright, this is kind of tricky to miss here, but you can fall down here and head around here to get an item. There's a couple items over here, only one you can get though. One's blocked by a gate. I have to go around to get that. So we get our first Titanite shard, which used to upgrade weapons from +0 to +3. To head back. I go this way. We gotta jump over here, so careful. And don't just rush in here. Got a little Indiana Jones scene reenactment. That guy didn't make the casting call. And up here we meet another NPC. He's a cartographer. He's the guy that owns the house there that was locked that I pointed out in Majula. And he'll give you his keys, talking about a map that he has in his house. And
what a joy to meet a kindred spirit out here.
Yes, so much fun. Oh. So he's rather trusting to give his key. Don't just rush down here and straight. I think a few people do that. Whoop. That heads to that bottomless pit where that boulder fell down. Oh, you know what I forgot? We're not wearing our traveling merchant hat. Bad, bad. Missed some item drops. Alright, this guy's aggro for us already. Oh. I thought we were going to get back down. This guy throws firebombs at you. So this ladder can actually be used to challenge the pursuer. He's the kind of second and tougher boss in this area. And it's kind of an optional way to fight him in that area instead. Gotta be very deliberate with your button pressing in this game. I did one too many swings there. Alright, so he drops a firebomb. And here's that wall that we were trying to break. Much easier prospect from this side. So we'll rest here. And we'll actually travel back to Majula. Now that we got that key, we can go in that guy's house. I don't know if you guys see it, but that mountain is kind of flashing up there, like there's a dance club. There's some rave going on up there. So there's a couple items in here to pick up. Pharaoh's Lockstone, which we can use right away actually. Or fairly shortly here. Another 3 Titanite shards, so good item pickup. Then here's the map the guy was discussing. What happens here is some, as you defeat kind of the big bosses, a candle will light here. And there's a soldier, there's a skeleton here you want to be careful of. Oh no, well, that's not how you want to do it. Well, the first death had to come at some point. Game's actually a little choppy for me right now with fraps. If you guys have any tips on how to counter that, I appreciate it. Our souls back. Let's try to be a little more careful. Got such a long reach. There we go. Not that we're facing any more danger. So another Estus Flash shard. And a soul vessel. Which is used to respec your character back in things betwixt. Alright, so we'll go open that workshop for Leningrast. Put him to work right away.
Ah, yes. Now, but first...
Alright, so he says come back later, which just means rest at the bonfire and you're good to go.
Is that a shop? Here, to see Lot. However...
Alright, so what we're going to be doing is picking up a couple of rapiers and dual wielding them. And in order to power stance while you're dual wielding, you need to have 150% of the specs that are needed, which For the Rapiers, it's going to be 16 dex and like 7.5 strength. Or 18 dex, excuse me. And we'll bump up strength 1 as well, so we can use the silver kite shield. I'll get a little more into the stats as well a little bit later. So let's rest with that bonfire. So we get lemongrass working. And go ahead and use a human effigy. I don't like the way I look hollow.
You, the name, and you are a man, not rope. Oh, you're a...
Alright. So let's pick up the rapiers.
I'll be around.
Alright, and equip those bad boys. Alright. Now we're going to start having fun. So the power stance, you got to hold the triangle, and you see he changes his stance there a little bit, and then that gives you two new attacks with the L1 and L2, which uses both weapons at a time. So there's 2 thrust weapons there with it, so you can no longer block, but it's a pretty fun way to play, actually. So we got some Titanite shards. We're going to use those. And let's also, and he's got more that he sells, so let's go ahead and burn these puppies. Get our rapiers boosted.
You again.
So we got 4. Which means we can go +2 on one and +1 on another. He sells a bunch, so let's see. We need 2, 5. Let's go with 5. Go +2 on the other one and +3. So now we're at +3 and +2. We haven't picked up a large Titanite shard yet.
I'll be around if you make it back.
Alright. So let's see,
You
let's
again?
go ahead and buy some arrows as well.
I'll be around if you make it back.
Alright, now we are raring to go. Sorry about that death, guys. It's not going to be a playthrough with no death. Alright, so these guys will respawn back here. Start firebomb throwing, buddy. You can see that's quite effective. Just gonna kill this guy for the fun of it. There's a kind of a fun way to kill him. His aggression gets the better of him. What a way to go out, though. See that one-shot kill. Beautiful. So, pretty early game. Very early game. We're doing close to 400 damage. Alright, so there's Mild Mannered Pate over there, the NPC. We'll talk to him in a bit. And there's another path to the left to unlock that gate, but first we'll clear out this room. And careful walking in here, all these catapults trigger to fire. Usually kill the first guy that comes out of there. Oh, there's a few other guys sitting up here, and the advisable thing to do is use this ladder here. These guys aren't bad by themselves, but let's see why we picked up the arrows. One thing that's kind of annoying when you go back to your dual wielding, despite the dual wielding, backstabbing is still something you can do as well. When you go back to dual wielding, it would be great if they remember that you are in power stance, but it does not. So we got the Great Soul arrow there. That's kind of the upgrade version of the Soul arrow for casters. So I should equip shield here, because this chest is trapped, and with white smoke ends up being these arrows, and the best way to defend is just to use a shield. But remember that Ferrous Lockstone we picked up in the guys at the cartographer's house. Use that here. We get the Claranthy ring, which boosts the regeneration speed of your stamina. A Titanite slab, which is used to go from +9 to +10 on weapons. You can't open this door, but there's enemies in here that will do it for you. And welcome. Oh. Alright, no need. It's almost not even fair. So, life ring and large titanite shard. There's the famous wing spear from Dark Souls 1. Unfortunately, not as fun to play with. So we'll equip that life ring and that Claranthy ring. Life ring increases your health just a bit. Not too much, but got nothing else to wear. Alright, let's talk to Pate. So, Pate's theme is he's usually kind of sitting out of some area to explore. He tells you there's a treasure in there, but he's too chicken to go get it himself. And his storyline's in conjunction with another NPC's storyline. His kind of nemesis, who we'll meet later, Creighton. This gate will lock on you. And careful in here, there's an ambush waiting for you. And who's the ambusher? archer up there. Oh. I don't know where that swing went. It's not the way to do this. Guys can stun lock you. Game's still playing a little choppy for me, unfortunately. So the treasure that Pate speaks of is in here. So 3 aromatic ooze, that's a good weapon buff item. And the sorcerer's staff for casting. Amber herb to replenish spells. So I'll head back down here to Pate.
Well, I hope
He rewards us with the
it
light
allows
sign
undead
soapstone.
with luck.
That's all we do with him for now. We'll see him again shortly. Alright, so we got this firebomb here, so there's a fun little chain reaction we can trigger. Yeah. And damages that turtle a fair amount. Sometimes these guys can win. So the dual rapiers are pretty effective in PvP as well, and I'm not a PvP pro, as you can probably tell. But I've managed to kill a couple of invaders with them. Alright, so we're given a little window to take out these fire bombers. Yeah, whenever you can lock on them, it's more advisable to do that than zooming in. Light crossbow for ranged weapon for strength builds. It's kind of a tough jump to make, so... No, did not make it. Watch that guy. He dropped an item. Mail breaker. Not really sure what that weapon's about. Yeah, I guess it's got a really good counter thrust. That's what its story is. We're gonna get that item, because we're gonna get all the items. Go. Oh, stumble. So this door is locked right now. It's the door to the pursuer boss. It's pretty cool setting here with this sword plunged through the wall. There's a guy that drops down, you gotta be careful. And halberd, I'll show you that weapon in a second here. I don't have the stats for it, but very effective early game weapon for quality builds. Alright, so yeah, it's got this attack, and we'll use that right here on this crystal lizard. A couple titanite shards. A large leather shield we just picked up there. It's a pretty decent shield. I don't know if there's an inherent weakness with like non-metal shields or something, but I mean the stats seem very similar to the silver kite shield. Maybe somebody can inform me why it's, you know, much weaker than the silver kite shield. 10 fire arrows, very nice. Alright, so that opens the door so we can head through there now. Let's see, how are my weapon damage doing? I think I'm okay. 29, 30. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take on the last giant boss. So this door is locked, and this brings you to the that chamber with all the fire lizards. Alright, so here's Pate. So to continue his storyline, we've got to fight this boss with him and ensure that we don't let him die. So to further that goal, let's use some aromatic ooze here. And I'm also going to equip the homeward bone in case he does die. Oh, and let's get a little stronger helmet just in case. Alright, this is the last giant. Kinda want to stay by his feet. Target anyone at his feet. You can target his body as well, but it's easier to get the attacks in. Pate's almost full health. Thanks, Pate. Appreciate it. Alright, so that's the last giant. So we'll cut it here. And in the next video, we'll take on the Pursuer, and there's one little other section we've got to clear out too in the Forest of the Fallen Giants. But so that's it for now. So again, any suggestions you guys have, hopefully I'm getting better at this. Sorry about the death, but it happens. It's Dark Souls 2. And I'll see you guys next time.